The Predator X34 is a curved ultrawide monitor from Acer with some pretty awesome specs, so let's check it out to see if it's justified for the price. Although this model is a couple of years old now, I've had my eye on it for some time, as it's got everything I've been looking for in a monitor. Let's take a look at the specs of the panel to find out what makes it so interesting. It's a 34-inch monitor with a 21:9 aspect ratio. In terms of resolution, it runs at 3440 by 1440, which is bigger than some of the other cheaper ultrawide monitors out there. It's also got G-Sync, which again is going to up the price a bit compared to FreeSync alternatives. However, as I've got an Nvidia graphics card, this is perfect. The panel also runs at 60Hz out of the box, but it can be overclocked to 100Hz with no problems. And if that's not enough for you, check out the newer X34P, which goes up to 120Hz. It's also got a 4 millisecond greater grey response time and a peak brightness of 300 nits. Usually with these kinds of specs, there's some kind of trade-off, like the panel being TN, but that's not the case here. It's using an IPS panel. This allows for wide viewing angles, up to 178 degrees vertically and 172 degrees horizontally, and while looking at the screen on any angle, I personally had no problems at all. Everything was still clear with no observable color shift. IPS panels also generally give great color reproduction, and Acer state that this one is capable of 100% sRGB. So I've tested it with my Spider 5 Pro, which confirmed that it is indeed capable of displaying 100% of sRGB, as well as 73% of NTSC and 79% of Adobe RGB, so it seems like a pretty good choice for content creators like myself. As you've probably noticed, it's got a curved screen. I've always been interested in this, but at the same time didn't want to spend a lot of money on a curved monitor without trying it out first to see if I'd actually like it. And overall, I'd say it was pretty good. It was a bit strange video editing in Adobe Premiere as the timeline didn't look straight, but with the display this wide, the curve definitely helps in seeing the far edges. It's got a 1900R curve, and I don't personally find it too harsh. To me, it felt fairly subtle. I've also performed my usual backlight bleed test on the display, which involves showing a completely black screen in a dark room to help emphasize any bleeding around the edges. I then take a long exposure photo with my camera to help display any bleed. So basically, this is a worst case scenario test. We can see that there's a bit of bleed towards the corners, and I didn't personally notice this during any normal use anyway, although this will of course vary between monitors. It's not all just about the panel though. Taking a look at the rest of the monitor, it's got a solid metal V-shaped stand with a handle on top. The bezels aren't too thick, at around 1.5cm based on my own measurements. But honestly, they weren't even noticeable as there's so much screen to look at. The stand can also be removed, revealing a standard 100mm VESA mount. The back is a black glossy plastic, which easily shows up dust and fingerprints. Although this probably isn't too much of an issue unless you're going to be looking at the back. There's also two 7-watt speakers on the back, and I thought they actually sounded pretty good. Music was clear even at maximum volume, which sat at around 80 decibels, and there was even a little bass. It does sound a little distant as it's coming from the back, but if you're against a wall it sounds better. The I/O on the back towards the bottom faces out, and from left to right there's a display port, HDMI port, power input, 3.5mm headphone jack, and USB hub with 4 USB 3.0 Type A ports, which are accessible once you connect the included USB Type B cable to your PC. As for the rest of the included cables, you also get a HDMI cable, a DisplayPort cable, and of course power cable with external power brick. The metal stand, in addition to the large panel size, make the whole monitor fairly heavy, weighing in at around 9.9 kilos, and due to the size I wasn't able to weigh it myself. Although it's quite sturdy, considering its size, if I bump the desk the panel does wobble a little. As for the overall dimensions, it's 82.55cm in width, 37.6cm in height, and 9.9cm in depth, so it's fairly big. You'll definitely want to measure your desk first to make sure you've got enough room. There's some level of adjustments available too, with -5 to 35 degrees of tilt, and 13cm of height adjustment with enough tension so that the screen actually stays where you leave it. No swivel or pivot here unfortunately. Pivot I understand, but a little swivel would have been nice. The on-screen display was pretty easy to use and navigate through. There are physical buttons underneath the front on the right hand side. Also under the front is the LED lighting bar with 9 lights, which can be changed through the on-screen menu options. The colours can be changed between blue, white, orange, red or green, and the effects can be changed between fixed, breathing, flashing or ripple, and you can of course turn it off if you prefer. The operating power consumption for the monitor is listed as 54 watts on the spec sheet, and while testing at 100Hz with minimum brightness with the LED bar on, I found it to sit around 25 watts. At 50% brightness, the total power draw rose to 42 watts, while at 100% brightness it increased to just under 60 watts. Turning the LED bar off only seemed to change things by 0.4 watts or so. So far, the monitor looks pretty great, but how is it to actually use day to day? I've edited a couple of videos with it now and I'm still getting used to the extra space. I actually feel like I've got too much, which sounds strange to say. I probably just need to get used to it more. Playing games such as PUBG was a bit different too. The field of view is quite a bit wider, which really helps with the immersion factor. Combined with G-Sync and the 100Hz refresh rate, playing games felt awesome again, having come from two 24-inch monitors from 2010. However, you will of course need a pretty powerful graphics card to push that many frames at the 3440 by 1440 resolution. I'm using the Nvidia 1080 here. As for the price, it has come down a bit over the last couple of years, but it's still definitely not cheap. You're paying for a premium product. In Australia, this model goes for 1,299 Australian dollars, or $999 US from Amazon at the time of recording, which seems pretty fair compared to the competition for what you're getting. So what did you guys think about the Predator X34 monitor from Acer? Overall, I like the design. The colors and materials look pretty good to me personally, without looking too gamery. The 100Hz refresh rate, high resolution, and G-Sync support make it a great combination in games. And the color accuracy and extra space make productivity tasks such as video editing a breeze. Be sure to let me know your thoughts down in the comments and leave a like if you found the information useful. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for future tech videos like this one.